I want to welcome everybody. You're here with Garden Gnomes Etc. A lot of things that I like to do for a lot of people is not only buy and have a lot of stuff that I have on my website from suppliers. It's sort of kind of like trying to bring things in and answer some of the questions that I get. I have a customer right now, his name's Ramsey. He has all kinds of, he had some questions and they're trying to do a project for their school. But anyways, to get on with this, this is artificial. Some people call it a faux rock or realistic rock. The big name is universal rock. Another thing that it can be called is a fake rock. I don't like, don't call my rocks fake. But anyways, the reason I say that is these are taken from real rock formation. It's as real as it gets, but without all the weight. Real rock formation, real rock particles, sand, rock, stuff like that. That has been hand put in there. It's not a manufactured commodity where there's, you know, it's a cheap product. It is very, very well put together, and you can see just by the crevices and the cracks and the grooves and the makeup of this here, and you can see it is the SRW-021. That's the product code for this. That's what some people use. I kind of like to put a little bit into this. It's a small rock. It's a small rock Waterfalls. That's SRW, which means that if you see the M before it or you see the large, it just says medium and large. So now you know the product code. But I like to give mine a little bit of a name. This is a backyard garden waterfall, small one, and it is just for a lot of those purposes, whether you have a small garden, whether you have a backyard, maybe a patio pond, any of these work really excellent for. Now when you look at the matrix of the rock, we already talked about it being a formation, but it's made of a lot of different key components, but we're not going to go exactly into it because it's a lot different from your fiberglass jobs where I have plenty of those underneath my deck. They all cracked, have holes in them, they weaken up, they lose their coloration, and I got to the point where you can only repair those types of things so many times, and actually the water when it flows doesn't really sound the greatest. It kind of sounds a little phony, but these here are for the do-it-yourself or anybody. They're made easy to where you can just put a 1-inch hose to a pump. Now this one here actually is supposed to take like a 300 gallon per hour pump. I would suggest going up a little higher. You can always put a valve to cut it back. That way if you want a little bit more water flow, you can get it, or if you can cut it back. Whoa. The rock here actually comes out through here, and you can see, and these here will probably all have to be tweaked and put into, maybe you might want to shim it up a little bit. But the water will come out of here, come out of the both sides, come out of the front, and go through the, probably hit different areas of the front. Now, another thing about these here is sort of the weight. We're going to look at the weight of this as far as a real rock. Now this here is 34 inches by 18 inches wide. And you're going about 12 inches, every bit of 12 inches high. So if you take that, you multiply those numbers, you times it by 0.0975, and yes, I got it off of Google, and that's how to estimate your rock, how much it's going to weigh. This particular one is going to be about 716 pounds. There's no way you or your friends or buddies are going to lift this, but what I did is, of course, you got a lot of open space, so I condensed it down. It's still going to be your 34 inches. I took the 18 and went to 14. Instead of going 12, I went here for 9. It came out to be 417 pounds. That just gives you an idea. And also, this is more stream-like a regular rock formation. If you try to do with real rocks, you're not going to come close to this. It's not going to look good. Plus, when you use real rocks, it still costs a ton of money. You have to get a waterfall wearer, and you go through all the different components of that. You're still trying to make it nice with rock. And a lot of times your rock, if you do it yourself, there's rocks that you use for waterfalls. Not all of them can be used. I have some out there out in my main waterfall, I have over 4,000 rocks doing it. Some of them are porous, where in the conditions that we have in Ohio, the water gets in there and freezes and thawing, yeah, they break apart quite easily. So it's not that easy, and you get a lot of leaks. So this here is great for the people who want to do something themselves. And also, that's another big thing, is when you use real rock, it is what it is. It's there. This one here, you can move, you can reposition. Hey, maybe I want to change my waterfall up from time to time. I can easily take this, put this in another pond and replace it with another one. Maybe I want to add a few different waterfalls to it. It gives me a lot of flexibility. So that's what I want to do with this right here, is kind of focus on this one waterfall rock, give you a little bit more than just a picture, give you a nice video so you can actually see the size, because a lot of times, like I said, these pictures on the internet are just kind of hokey. They're needed, but I just think that you need to see these spectacular beauties in a video. And the thing with me here is I have over 50 of them in my landscape, so that's what sets me apart with a lot of people. I use these. I've done water gardening for over 45 years, so I can do videos during the morning, evening, during the day, get in some videos for the winter, show you all the different aspects, where if somebody had these in a store, you're not going to see any of that stuff. So you can put the fog and the lights and really bring these spectacular things. It's a new way to do gardening, water gardening, so we can get you to where you can finally have the water garden of your dreams. So that's all I got for you on this cool looking waterfall. And this one here, of course, is a small one, and of course they get a lot bigger.